Today we are going to talk about solving real-life world problems, how to use distributive property or order operation, and what appropriate operations we need to use to find the answer. And here is our first example. A family of 5 is going to the state fair. It costs $11 per person for admission and $4.50 per person for corn dogs. We want to find out the total cost for all members of the family for both admission and the corn dogs. So before we answer that question, we need to talk about how can we approach this. So here is the first one we are going to answer. We need to write a number sentence for how we found the total cost. So think about how you are approaching this. Some of you will think about this way. You think, okay, so what if we find how much is admission and a corn dog for one person first? And then when we find that out by adding those two together, we then multiply that by how many people go. We will find total answer. So sentence for that would look like this. $11 plus $4.50, which would give us the sum of cost for the admission and the corn dogs, and then we multiply that by 5. And by following order operation, we will add these two first, multiply by 5, we'll get the answer. Now, some of you will actually do it differently. So write a new number sentence that shows a different way to find the cost. Some of you will say, okay, let's find how much is admission for 5 people by multiplying 5 by 11, and then let's find how much is corn dogs for 5 people by multiplying 5 by $4.50, then add them up. And here is how that would look. 5 times $11, which is the admission cost for 5 people, plus 5 times $4.50, which is the cost for corn dogs. So you would multiply this, which is $55, plus 5 times $4.50, which would be $22.50, and then add them up. Either way, you would get the same answer. Now, if you are using the first one, you would take 11 plus 450, which will give us 1550. 5 times 1550 will give us 7750. If we are using the second way, we would take 5 times $11, which is 55, plus 5 times 450, which is 2250. We add them up, and we still have 7750. Now let's look at another type of problem. The table below gives the wind chill temperatures one winter week in Ankeny, Iowa. And you can see on Monday it was -10 degrees, Tuesday -12, and this is all in Fahrenheit. So we want to find the mean of the temperatures given. First of all, what's the mean? Mean is the average. And how do we find the average or the mean? Here we are. Mean is the sum of all the values divided by how many values there are. So in order to find the mean or the average, we add up all these temperatures together, and then we divide by how many we have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would have to divide by 5. So let's do that. Let's add them up. So -10 plus -12 plus 4 plus 1 plus -3. And some of you might go step by step and do whichever one comes first by following order of operation and so on and so forth. But what I'm going to do, I will actually add up all negatives. -10 plus -12 plus -3, which will give me -25. And then I will add to that the sum of the positives. 4 positive and 1 positive will give me 5, which is +5, and -25 plus 5 will give me -20. Now, when I have the sum of all my temperatures, I will then take -20 and divide by how many temperatures did I record, which is 5. -20 divided by 5 is -4. So the mean temperature for that week was -4 degrees. The second thing I'm going to be asked is to find the range of the temperatures given. And again, what's the range? The range is the difference between the highest and the lowest temperature. So keep in mind, It's a difference, which means it's a subtraction between the highest, which means because highest comes first in this sentence, highest has to start with, and then lowest temperature is the second. So I would have to go with highest temperature minus, that's the difference, the lowest temperature. The highest temperature is 4 minus the lowest temperature is -12. Now 4 minus -12 is the same as 4 plus +12, which gives me 16. Another way you can look at this is if you look at the number line, the range is actually if you count how many units you have between the highest temperature, which is 4, and the lowest, which is -12. So you count and you would see you would have 16 units there. Now let's go back to example like we did the first one, to one more time. 3 friends are going bowling. It costs $4.25 per person for a game and $2.50 per person for the shoe rental. If you want to try by yourself first this problem in your notes and then look at what I have in the PowerPoint in this video, that's fine. But here is, I'm going to do it. How much will it cost for one game and shoe rental for all 3 friends? Before I find the final answer, I will write 2 sentences. So the first one, I will actually thinking, okay, so if I find how much is cost per person for a game, which would be 3 people times how much is one game, and then I find how much it costs for shoe rental for 3 people, which is 3 people times cost for each shoe rental, and then add that. This is my first sentence. Possible way to find the total cost. The second one is if I find actually how much is for the shoe rental and the cost for game, first for one person, and then multiply that by how many people are going. So if I'm going to use the first way, I will have 3 times 4.25, which is 12.75, plus 3 times $2.50, which is $7.50. Add them up, we have $20.25. If I'm using the second way, I am actually finding $4.25 plus $2.50, which will give me $6. Oh, this is a mistake. It's not 70, it's 75. $6.75 times 3, which will give me $20.25.